Hello, welcome to the weekly transits, Astro Breeze transits. That sounds funny. But anyway, let's get going. So, we got some interesting things happening. Definitely an interesting time we're coming into. So, we have these like mini times within the big times. So, here we are, the just past the middle of January, and one of the biggest things, well, we've got Mercury stationing. We can see that there. It's got the little S, at the 8 degrees. And that should remember in your mind that, Mars just went direct at 8 degrees in a different sign, of course. And they're going to be hanging out as this inconjunct. So we can see the 8-degree Mercury and the 8-degree Mars. And that's kind of irritating. I think that's going to add to a little bit of frustration of wanting to get going. Now that they're both direct, it's like letting the horse like ready to go, bam, sprint, the dog out the back window, or not back window, back door, shoo, out, run. And it's not quite up, synced, I will say. So don't get frustrated, just plan and then, walk before you run. I think this is, you want to run outside, but, put your coat on, grab you some water, make sure you got your umbrella or something like that, So that's just, we're going to notice this all week. And I wanted to say that now because we're going to see as, Mercury again stations and then it starts to move forward before it gets momentum, it's going to be slow going. That's why it's going to be at that degree of Mars. Okay. So that, we got a little frustrated, action, energy, communications, however that rolls out. So just plan, that'd be best to do that. Now, the sun is approaching Pluto, and which will happen, tomorrow on Wednesday. But then we also have the moon just moved into Sag later in the day here on Tuesday, and it's going to be, like exactly like right now, it's making a very nice trine over to Jupiter. So this energy with the moon, a Sagittarius moon, making really nice aspects to Jupiter. Emotion, thinking big, having some good feelings about, what you want to do, maybe expanding, feeling good about that. That's good. Take advantage of it. And then tomorrow it still goes on, the moon, even though it's past Jupiter, it's still, in that nice fiery, moon and Sag, optimistic, far looking, kind of philosophical area, which is really good because the sun just walks right over Pluto. That's a great time, especially with the moon in that nice, happy, happy sign of Sag, to do some shadow work, to do some therapy, to do some looking into yourself, some, journaling, get a tarot reading, look at your own astrology, see what's happening and deal with it. Go inside to your personal darkness and your skeletons in your closet and throw that shit out. The stuff that you just don't need, you've been holding on to. And sometimes it's no place like the physical to start that. Actually, go start with a drawer. I bet you all have a drawer that you can go clean out. And sort of, it's like really good because when you're throwing out that old stuff, you're kind of throwing out that old stuff within your psyche. Do an enema, do some cleansing, throw out some clothes, get rid of some stuff. That's the kind of energy that initiates that. If you're having a hard time with it, you put it in the physical and it really makes it a lot easier. So use that time wisely. It's going to be a nice day of that tomorrow. But again, take advantage of that moon now. It's still in that nice optimistic Sagittarian sign. And then Thursday is an odd day. The moon moves into Capricorn. So we have kind of, and it conjuncts Mercury. So we got our mind and the emotions. You might be more volatile. You might be more in tune with your feelings. You might, because we got the mind and the emotions kind of mixing. So just kind of stay grounded with things, but, it's a good thing because they're actually in the earth signs, but just to, it'll probably be easier for you to do. But, we still have that aftermath, I think, of the sun glowing over Pluto, of you clearing some stuff out. So it's sort of the fog, and some of that stuff might be clearing. But the weirdest thing about Thursday is it's got a long void of course moon. So on the East Coast, it starts at 5 in the morning and it goes through 2 in the afternoon. So it's like 9 hours of void of course moon. So what that means is the moon is offline. See, and that's what's kind of odd, because see, I have it set here for 4:27 in the afternoon, but let me go back hours, because before the moon, this is better. I want you to see it this way. Before the moon moves into the next sign, the void of course moon is like the moon does not make any aspects with anything before it moves into the next sign. So let's just go over to like early hours in the morning. Okay, so here, see, the moon is there. It's like at 25 degrees. And there's nothing at 25. Actually, it was like nothing at 20, just past 24. So it was just a little bit past it. But nothing at 25, nothing at 26, nothing at 27, and then 28, they count as major aspects. So it's only a semi-sextile from the moon to Pluto, so it really doesn't count. So it keeps going, 9, so it's a 28, let me see, 27, still 27, the moon here's 28, it's 11, nothing, 29, and then it hits the sun, it's still semi-sextile, nothing. And then it's not until it moves into Capricorn here. It was like, what did I say? 2 in the afternoon or something here, 2 something in the afternoon. So what that means is don't sign any contracts. It's kind of like Mercury retrograde, but this is only like 9 hours. Don't sign anything. Don't book any appointments. Don't book a trip. Don't buy anything of importance. Don't make any investments. Just, don't make any appointments. Don't do any, don't do any of that. You got to kind of lay low, because you got to spend yourself kind of fixing yourself, more like I'd say dealing with the shadow time, or planning, kind of planning maybe mentally inside, or fixing things that broke during the Mercury retrograde, or putting things in order in your house, finishing clearing out drawers, that kind of stuff. Because when you do things under the moon void, of course, it doesn't pan out. It won't happen. So this is a long one. That's kind of like the gist of the day. If it's business as usual, if it's already in motion and stuff, it's fine. But it's like, don't sign a new contract or anything like that. Then that's probably the theme of the day. All right, let's go switch this back over 2 days. And we come into Friday, the weekend. And then we've got the sun moving into the next sign, into Aquarius. So we got, it's interesting. Bang, bang, right? The sun had to go over Pluto before it can then be free, kind of. It's like, all right, finish clearing out all that old crap. And I'm telling you, get rid of it. Go through those drawers, go through that closet, get rid of that stuff in your closet. It's cold out, it's winter, nothing else to do. Get rid of it. If you don't need it, if you haven't worn it or used it, get rid of it. It's energy, and it holds too much within you, and it needs to be let go, so you can then pay attention to other parts of yourself. So the energy changing here now, it's like, I'm gonna let it shine, because we're moving into this more expansive sign. So the sun is like, oh, so happy now to just be a little bit more expansive. Let that divine spark now start to come in, because Mercury is direct, Mars is direct, and then also Uranus is almost direct. Where is it? It's real close. I think it's, when is it? Sunday. So it's getting real still there. So we've got that stable energy, because Uranus is slowing way down. And then, we've got that's right by the North Node. So we still have some unusual, or some insights, could be happening. But then Mercury, gaining a little speed, will be making nice trines. It's making a nice trine to the North Node. So use this energy of Mercury at this position, and it's just starting to slowly gain speed. You're not running yet, because it's still we still got that in conjunct with Mars, but here's where you got to use it. And this is where astrology is showing you it's making a nice trine over here to almost stationary Uranus, right? Almost, still on top of or close to the North Node. What does that mean? It means that you are going to get ideas. Things are going to come out of the blue with you, what you need to be doing in life, on a physical level. And it's also making the nice sextile over to the South Node. So it's easing, letting go of old shit. It's easy to throw that stuff away. It's easy for you to move on from that relationship. It's easy for you to figure out the words to say and how to say it. Here's the strategy and the planning. And here's where the stars are opening this up. Very, very important week. All right, moving into Saturday. Saturday, we got the new moon. And, it's going to be at 1 degree. Look at, I kind of said it close. I think it's 3:30 in the afternoon. And this is always Eastern time that I tell you this. So you can always adjust it. And you can see how close it is here. I got it set for 2:30. So an hour from now here, the moon would be full. I mean, new. So, we got the new moon this year in Aquarius. This is our first new moon of the year, right? Is that it? We got 2 weeks. 1, 2. Yeah, is it? Or did we have one on the 3rd? No, we had one right at the beginning. Anyway, yeah, I digress. Okay, anyway, we got a nice Aquarian new moon, and it's all about expanding, and you got to now set the tone for your year. It's kind of like, it's like interesting that it's the Chinese New Year, it's a year of the rabbit. So it's really kind of the time to really start the new year in a planning and what you want to do, because now all the planets, we got the, Mercury and Mars are direct. And again, Uranus is almost direct, and most of all the other planets are direct. So just be, I think in another day, the next day, Uranus will be direct, and they'll all be direct. All the planets will be direct. So get this, get your stuff, what you want to do in some forward motion, because things are going to pick up speed. Not to forget, Venus over here is conjuncting Saturn. It's like almost there, and let's just move on a day, and there it is. And then we have the moon coming over that also. So then we got the moon joining party. This could be, I want to say, it could go both ways. The first thing I'm thinking is if it could be a little dour. Part of moving things on is maybe putting some structure in what you want. Maybe this is like, okay, I got rid of all that and I'm not going to do that again. Or putting it in, okay, I've got to do it right this way. I've got to put my money or my affairs, I got to separate the emotions out of that and kind of have that, those boundaries put in that emotional relationships, money, business venues. We got the sobering up of Venus meeting up with Saturn, but it's in an air sign. It's in that little calm, cool, and collected. Let's work this out coolly. We're both adults kind of a thing on whatever level, on business, on love, on your own money ventures, or however that is. And then the moon is coming over that in that, you have the moon in Aquarius, which is calm, cool, and collected. It's kind of, I think, setting that tone of a higher realm, a higher spark, and which is really nice because like right there, the moon, is, well, we got all of that kind of, that fixed energy again, being kind of restructured, I'll say, because we still have Uranus over by the North Node, and right there, it's really close to the, the moon is gonna square that. So, we've got that electric energy happening in that, even though, we got the Saturn, but it's in its other sign, it's still very, very, it's again about putting that structure in. This is the time to do it. This is like we just got off that, getting going on the new moon. This is adding the structure to your business, to your relationships, to your values. All right. And here it is, Sunday or Monday, actually. Did I get everything on that? Yeah. Monday, Uranus is station, and it will go direct. So that's going to definitely change the way you've been doing things. You're going to rewrite your script. You're going to break the rules. You're going to do something new, and that's part of what's going to happen after this. Venus goes over Saturn. So Venus has gone over it. The moon has gone over it here, and the moon being in Pisces now will kind of go within and then let your intuition then guide you. That's what's going to be kind of happening on Monday. But Uranus, get ready. It could throw off some sparks of like, whoa, wow, didn't think of this. Or, you might meet somebody that helps you with that on that level. It's, it's different for everybody, but we definitely have a change now with the planetary energy starting, like Monday, they're all going to be direct. So kind of get your ducks in a row, get your last minute stuff set up, throw away stuff, clear crap out, get some new plans, get focused on what you want. We've got, again, a new year, the Chinese New Year. We've got a new moon. We've got, the sun going over Pluto this week. We've got Mercury going direct. We've got Uranus going direct. We've got Venus conjuncting Saturn. So it's all, it's all changing. This ball game is changing, and you got to get on the train. Train's leaving. Get rid of that crap and jump on the bus. Hey, hop on the bus, Gus. All right, I think that will do it. I think we did pretty good. We've got a pretty good week, and everybody's got their work to do. All right, I am gonna go, and we'll see everybody next week. Bye now. Thanks for listening.